I don't know. A whole episode on scheduling would be kind of interesting. But anyway, speaking of schedule, coming into Friday, we're going to be playing American. Obviously, this is sort of like, look, we I think most fans are probably like a little leery after the first game against Elon. I mentioned earlier that I thought Kansas was a home opener. I forgot that Elon wasn't even a exhibition game, right? And that wasn't the most convincing. First game of the season, no big deal. Who cares? Coming back to American, like what, obviously, Carolina is like a 1,000,000,000 favorite here. So where from your perspective does a team leave a game like they just played, knowing they have an opponent coming up that they, are heavily favored on? Like, how do you prepare for this game? What role does this game play for the development of the team? And I guess, what are you looking for? How are you looking for the Tar Heels to respond?
First of all, American had a lot of injuries last year. They have a young team, so a lot of the guys haven't played that much with each other. So there's not a lot of scouting to be done. But I'm a big believer in these early games, especially against teams that you're going to outmatch talent-wise, athleticism-wise, size and height, all that stuff. I always believe it's better to focus internally and try to sharpen what you do best. Really try to, focus on yourself a little bit more than scouting. But I think what you do is you go back, you look at the film, you look at what you need to improve on. And Coach Davis has said from the beginning, this team needs to bring it defensively. And, anytime that they've stepped up, their defensive intensity or mentality, this team has gone on big runs, and you can see that. And that's something that Coach Davis has harped on and says, hey, when we come out here and we play hard defense, we get in people, we make it tough for them, then our offense, we start to run at the pace we want to play at. Things really start to open up, and that's when we go on these runs. So I would look at what I'm guessing is Coach Davis going back and preaching defensive principles, trying to really get after, mix it up, and trying to focus on what we can do better defensively, because we allowed Kansas to shoot 48% from the field. We got to be a little bit better than that. And this team's capable of it. They have the talent to get out there and be one of the better defensive teams in the country. So I believe that that's what they'll do. They're probably looking at different lineups too, who plays well with each other. We've had some guys come in, show some bright spots, and I think that's what they'll focus on, Sleep. And hopefully they come out and they really, come out with a chip on their shoulder. They just lost a big game. They didn't really, the win against Elon wasn't all that sexy. So I would come out with the mentality like, hey, you know what? First of all, if I was a player, I'd be a little upset that everyone's happy that we, played Kansas close. And I'm not really big on, good job, you did well. We got down 20. We got to come out with the better mindset from the start. And this team's capable of that. And I would focus on coming out the right way and starting the game with the defensive intensity and really pushing that and maintaining that, because another bright spot is the chemistry on this team is really well. The body language, the kids are pulling for each other, and I really like that. And this team is capable of that. And